Here we go. Well, welcome everyone. Good morning. Good morning. We got about 200 people so far on this virtual Lifevantage Academy, and I am super excited to host it this morning. Unfortunately, Carrie Dickey is ill. She's in Mexico doing meetings, helping launch Mexico, and she came down with a bad flu and just could not be on this morning. So I said, that's okay, Carrie. We got this. We got this, right? We love you. We love you. We're sending you healing prayers so you can get better quickly. But you know what? I am surrounded by 7 amazing ladies that I didn't plan it to be all women. Sorry, guys. You know, next time we will have guys. We tried to get some guys, but we're all busy doing meetings and trainings. But I am surrounded by 7 amazing, talented women that are just going to blow your mind this morning. I mean, the training you're going to get is from the best of the best. I'm telling you, what we have here, I don't even know how we all came together, but I am so blessed that it happened. So let's get started, right? So let me tell you who I am, a little bit, so you know what's going on and who I am. So Maria Williams here, Pro 9 with Lifevantage. I've been with the company 7.5 years. I had really no previous network marketing experience. I was in human resources for about 20 some years. And then 2008, the bad economy came. And unfortunately, it hit our family. My husband's job got eliminated. We had to move. I said, hey, I'm not working. I work 50, 60, 70 hours a week. Corporate America took enough of my blood. I'm done. I'm going to raise my boys now the rest of their lives. They were 9 and 11 at the time. But I've always worked since I was 16 years old, always been active and doing something. And, so I took that year off, but I knew I wanted to do something, and I wanted something different. I wanted something where, honestly, I could get my life back, that I could have my time, that I could be with my children, I could be that mom, and I could still be a businesswoman, right? So Carrie Williams, who's on here, amazing, my neighbor, came over one day and simply showed me an ABC investigative report. She didn't say anything about it. What it was a business, it was a product, nothing. She just said, hey, watch this. And I'm like, okay. And I watched it and it piqued my interest. And I was like, wow, wow, wow. Okay, I knew enough about nutrition, just a little, that this was different, that this was a whole new category. And it got me really, really excited. And the more I learned about it and what it was, wow, 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 what it has turned into. We are sitting on a huge gold mine, a huge gold mine. Every time I see a new study, I was just reading something the other day, and then I was just talking to Dr. Sveta Silverman, who was at the 8th conference on mitochondria Congress, and she spoke, she presented a poster on NRF1 and mitochondria. And we're like, we have those things, we have the solutions that are out there. The world has a problem, lots of problems, and we have several solutions that can help them. We have a health solution, we have a money solution, we have a time freedom solution, we have solutions. So we are connectors, right? We are connecting people with this information. There's a problem in the world, and we've got solutions. So that's all we're doing. Look at it that way. We're connecting people, right, with information. 99% of this business is mindset. You have to get your mindset in the right place. It can be tough, right? Those no's. We've all have been through it. Now 8 of us. Welcome, Samantha. All 8 of us have been through it all, through the no's, through the obstacles, through the ups and downs. So anything that you are facing today or you are going to face, we've faced it. We've had those same challenges, but we've decided to wrap our arms around what we have and hold on as tight as we can and run, 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 because this is too good to pass by. I've never had in my lifetime an opportunity this big. Never had an opportunity, something that I could be part of that is going to change the world. When universities are saying that this is medical history, right? We have that medical history. We're changing it. We're changing the world. So super, super excited to have you on. And what you're going to learn today is going to change your business. It really, really is. So get into a nice Zen mode, right? get into a space of gratitude and joy, that you take this time for you. Shut the door, grab your water, grab your cup of coffee, and this is for you. Get your notebook, pen, paper, whatever you need, and take notes. Whatever sparks you, whatever you need today, you may not need it all, but whatever you need today, this is for you. So let's get started with our first presenter. I am super excited to introduce you to Carrie Williams. Like I said, she was my neighbor. She isn't anymore, moved away from me. We had to conquer different parts of Arizona now. We actually live an hour away from each other. But Carrie was in retail. She was one of the top performers in retail sales. But she'll tell you, she had no life. Especially Christmas time right now, she would not see her family. They would not celebrate Christmas on December 25th. So this business has given her her life back and so many other things. So it's my honor to turn it over to Carrie, who's going to talk about the why to do this business, why it's important to establish a reason why you're doing this business in your database. So Carrie, it's all yours.
Oh, thank you so much, Maria. Thanks for putting it together, and I'm so grateful for everyone on the line. Thank you guys for taking time out of your Saturday morning. I know we've got tons of distributors on the phone or on the Zoom, and a lot of you are brand new, and I just want to welcome you to Lifevantage. We are growing like crazy. Truly, we all just came off of our biggest month ever by far in November, and tons of people rank advancing. So we've got a lot of new people on the phone, so I wanted to start just with basics first, right? So if you guys are brand new and you have not opened up your blueprint, can you see this? Or your getting started kit, it's imperative to make sure you get it and go through it right away. In it is your blueprint. This is literally your step-by-step guide on how to do this business. So many times I hear from people that they didn't open it for months. So I just want to encourage you to grab that so you have that. That's what we're going over today. So we are going to start. I just want to share my story briefly for those who don't know me. Like Maria said, we were next door neighbors. I was introduced to it 7.5 years ago by Carrie Dickey. She called me on Father's Day. She left me a voicemail, and she was one of my closest friends. And she said, Carrie, I know your baby Luke is 3 days old, and I know it's Father's Day, but I have something that's going to blow your mind. So I'll give you 24 hours to call me back. So I watched that ABC video in the middle of the night. I stayed up researching it. I was intrigued. The product was a no-brainer, but so the business potential grabbed my attention as well. Like Maria said, I worked 60, 70 hours a week in retail. So yeah, Christmas is totally different this year versus all those years. My husband was an attorney. He did commercial litigation. He was miserable. He did not love his job, but hard to quit being an attorney. And we had a 4-year-old and a 3-day-old baby, and we didn't see our first son, and so we were not excited about that idea with not seeing our second one either. So I had a burning desire for change, and I saw what we had our hands on, coupled with the fact that nobody knows about it. And I saw a way to create time and financial freedom and impact more lives in so many ways. So I got really passionate about this. I'd been involved in one network marketing company before. I had been introduced to the industry 2 years before I saw Lifevantage. That was the first time I looked at network marketing at all. The model made sense to me. I worked my tail off for a couple of years. Did not get anywhere, spent a ton of money, a ton of time, but I learned a lot, and it helped me be better able to evaluate Lifevantage and really why this was the full, why this had so many different things that all had to come together. So I just want you to know, if you haven't been involved in network marketing, you can do this. If you've been involved and you haven't gotten where you wanted to with it, you can do that. You can do this and have a different ending to your network marketing story. So really quick, I want to talk about the why and goals and databasing. So I'm going to share my screen. I only have like literally 2 slides, but just a couple of things really quick. If I can do this, maybe not. Hang on one sec. Sorry, guys. Can you see this? Maria? No.
No, we can't.
Okay, forget it. Who cares? Anyway, your why is critical to this business. You guys, you're going to have so many ups and downs. You're going to get rejected. And if you're brand new, I'm sorry to bum you out, but you are going to get kicked in the shins. People are going to tell you it's a pyramid scheme. You can't do this. You should keep doing your regular job, whatever it is. So you have to have a burning desire for why you want this business. That's going to sustain you through the hard times. I remember one of the top distributors saying you've got to have 3 things to be successful in this business. He said you've got to have a burning desire, you've got to be coachable, and you have to have outstanding work ethic. And he said, if you have enough of a burning desire, even if you're not coachable, then you'll become coachable, and then you will get an outstanding work ethic. So really figure out, why do you want this business? What's going to drive you to sacrifice, to miss things, to get out of your comfort zone consistently again and again and again. Napoleon Hill says, all things, let me see the exact quote, all achievement, no matter what may be its nature or its purpose, must begin with an intense, burning desire for something definite. So definite. Know what you want and why you're doing this. And you guys, when you're sitting down with your new distributors, help them find their why. It's really imperative that you know why they're doing this business so you can help them in the times that they're struggling. And then I want you to sit down with, whether it's for you or for your distributors as well, the next thing you've got to do is look at your goals. What do you want out of Lifevantage? Why do you want it? And what are you willing to do to get that? Or maybe what are you willing to give up to get that? If you don't know what you want out of it, you're not going to get what you want out of it. So what do you want? Why do you want it? What are you willing to do? And what are you willing to give up? And, initially, set some short-term goals. How fast do you want to get your return on investment? How fast do you want to go pro 1, 2, 3? But really get into just massive action. And you're going to hear about that much, in just a bit on that. But take massive, massive action. I love On the Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. He says, your life comes down to this formula: your choices, which are your decisions, plus your behavior, your actions, plus a habit, repeated action, plus the compound effect, time, will equal your goals. So many times, we are making the right choices and we're taking the right action and we're doing it again and again, but we have to give it time. So allow the compound effect to work by being consistent and taking massive action consistently over time. Okay, so on your database is everything, you guys. You have to create a massive database. Take the time to write your list down. Just start making a list of everybody that you know. Do not prejudge. So many times, people think, oh, this person's not going to do this because of whatever reason. All we're doing is generating a list of names that you can share this information with. We're not selling, we're sharing information. So make a big list and add to it like crazy. Again, go back to this blueprint. There's a memory jogger in there. Take the time and look at it and expand your list. Look at your phone, literally write down your contacts. Look in Facebook and who are you friends with? You can make a massive list from that. And if you don't even know their name necessarily, or you don't have their phone number, that's okay. Write it down there too. Like I might say UPS driver, seriously, like the same person that drops packages off all the time and I just sign the thing. I don't necessarily know his name, but I can add him to my list so I can talk to him. But if you only have like 20 or 50 or whatever number of names on your list, as you start going through people, if you're not finding people that see this like you do, you're gonna start to get nervous and all that kind of thing. But if you have a big old list, like, your job's to go get 100 no's as fast as you can. Just go share this with people. So really, really encourage you to make a huge, huge list. And then you're adding to it constantly, and you're adding to it as you live your life. Just to give you an example, here's a few people that I've added to my list very, very recently. I was getting blood work drawn, added that girl. I was getting a massage, added her. I was at a restaurant, got great service, added that guy. I was literally walking my dog and struck up a conversation with someone that I didn't know. There was a guy putting up Christmas lights in our neighborhood, got his contact information. There was someone that I worked with 18 years ago, literally, that I reconnected with on Facebook and shared information with her. I was passing out hot chocolate at an event for my son's school, and made some more contacts. So build your database. If you don't share it with them, it's a for sure no. And you guys, we have a gift to share. The most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. The only natural product proven to extend life. And we have a massive gift in this business as well. So think of, why do you want to share it with them? How can this impact them, whether it's health, or why do you want to work with them? Maybe you really admire their leadership skills. Maybe they just have this huge heart and they want to serve others, and we can go out and impact tons of people. Maybe, they've struggled financially, or they've been laid off in the past, and they want something that they can grab a hold and just own that's theirs. So what I've really found is, when you can make it about the other person, why this could benefit them, it's going to make it so much easier to contact them. Also, a lot of times people feel like they don't know enough people. Be intentional about adding to your list. Join groups. I know Maria and I went to networking groups. Now there are so many other groups you can join online, or meet people at the gym. You can go to workshops. Be intentional and put yourself in situations where you can meet people. Ask for referrals also. Right now, we're all going to tons of holiday parties. Build your database. I'm not saying attack everybody at the holiday parties. I'm not saying that whatsoever, but build your database. You're meeting tons and tons and tons of people. Take this opportunity to connect with them and grow your database, because we have a massive gift on our hands, and your database is critical to your business. So I will turn it back to you, Maria, because I know we've got a ton of people to keep going with.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was fabulous. I took notes, even listening to you, and I've heard you for so many years, but I took notes. Homework assignment, write down your why right now. If you have just written some superficial stuff and it really hasn't touched your heart, then listen to what Carrie said. Really take some time, maybe after this training, and sit down, and it's like, what would you really, really like your life to look like? Like, dig deep into your heart. What would you like that life to look at? I know we did that at the beginning. What did we want? And today, I can tell you that the things I wanted in my life, I have, because I had that tunnel vision, that focus. Like, I'm going to work hard to get those things. And you guys that know me, it's all about my kids, and it's what I've been able to give them the choices of to go where they wanted to go to school. So dig deep, write your why, and then maybe wait a couple of days and go back. Is it deep enough? Is it really touching and changing you? The other thing is always adding to your database. Always adding. That is great, Carrie, because that's what we need with not just the list that we have. It's not the people that are in your life today. It can be the people that you're going to meet tomorrow, the next day, the next month. You never know. So keep adding. So thank you so much, Carrie. Or right now. So now so we're covering is the blueprint, the 6, 7 steps of the blueprint. So the next part of the blueprint is to invite. So this to me is one of the key principles is the invite. If you do not invite people to look at the information, they're never going to hear about it. So this is one of the biggest obstacles that people have to overcome. And I'm telling you, it's the biggest fear that people have is to pick up the phone, is to go meet someone, is to invite someone to a presentation, invite someone to a home meeting. So today, Marcy Steiner is going to talk to us about inviting and home meeting. So Marcy's been in network marketing for over 25 years. She has a world of knowledge. She's a holistic healer, and she's been has had a strong executive corporate background. I'm just so delighted to have her on and share with us. She's passionate about home meetings. So, lots of people are starting now to use Facebook and social media and these Zoom webinars, but there still is a huge component of connecting with people. And home meetings is a tool to use, and it's a strong tool. It's how I built my business from home to home to home. So, Marcy, I'm going to turn it over to you. Unmute yourself, sweetie, and you can get started.
Awesome. Thank you, Maria. You're right. It is a tool. And I have to say, people learn and they get information and clarity in different ways. And a lot of people are kinesthetic. So they want to feel it. They want to experience something to get clarity and get information. So I know you wanted me to cover how to invite to the home meeting and talk about home meetings. That's a lot in a small period of time. So I'm going to talk fast. I'm not going to get into my story, but just know I grew up in a family with a mother who was a professional network marketer. So I believe Amway was the first company that she built. And one thing I can say about Amway is they're a legacy company. However, I think they didn't do a good thing for the reputation of a meeting, of a home meeting. And that was because there was a lot of like bait and switch. It's like, I remember the days where I think people thought they were coming over for a dinner party. And then next thing you know, someone's pulling out a whiteboard and they're drawing circles in the living room. That happened in my house. It's like, wait, I thought I was coming over for dinner. Now there's a business meeting. So one thing I want to say, when you're inviting to a home meeting, make sure you explain there's a business opportunity. It should be completely clear. I let people know. And I will say, sometimes I invite to a meeting for a first touch, but as we know, it's usually the 5th touch or more that 80% of us come into this business. So a lot of times I'm inviting to a business opportunity meeting, a home meeting as a 2nd or a 3rd touch. But let's just say that it's a first touch. A first touch would be kind of similar to how I would invite anybody for a first touch. I let them know that I stumbled across this amazing business opportunity. At this point in my profession in Lifevantage, I'm 5 years in. So I might say I'm looking to take it to the next level. But if I was just launching, I'd say I'm in the process of launching my business and lining up partners to build it with. And I thought of you, and I compliment them and I tell them why I thought of them, not a judgment, but a compliment. And I say, would you be interested in taking a look at doing something with me? And if they say yes, then if it's a first touch that I'm inviting to the meeting, I'll say, well, one of my business partners is actually, we're getting together in her home on Thursday evening, and we're going to watch. ABC News did a primetime investigative report on this when it launched. I love to say that because even though I'm not getting into the details of what's happening at the meeting or what this opportunity is, ABC News elevates the opportunity. So I'll usually mention that and say, she's going to, or he's going to kind of give a high level overview, bring us up to speed. We can see, what the opportunity is, why, because of the timing, there's an opportunity to capitalize on this breakthrough. Would you be interested in joining me? or if it's a second touch, if somebody's interested, I kind of put the invite in terms of being of service to them. I ask them, hey, you sound interested. I know there's some more research you'd like to do. Would it be helpful for you to have an opportunity to speak live with people, to connect with people live? We're having a gathering on Thursday evening. It would be a chance for you to hear about firsthand what people's experiences are with the product, firsthand meet the people, get a sense of the culture and the community and people's experiences in building the business and their experiences with Lifevantage, the company. Would that be something that would be helpful for you? Usually when I present it like that and invite like that, people are like, yes, that would be amazing. Where is it? They want to know. And before I even get on an exposure, if I'm doing a 3-way call or a follow-up call, I look at Big Blue Calendar and I see what the meetings are going to be. So I have a sense in my mind what's happening in the area and when. Okay, so that's all I've got for the invite, because I've got so much I want to say around the meeting itself, but just know you don't want to do a bait and switch. There's nothing to be evasive about. We've got this amazing opportunity, like Carrie just so beautifully said. It's a gift. Or Maria, I don't forget which one of you said it, but we really do have our hands on something huge, and we just want that passion and excitement to come out and create safety, because really it's not for everybody. So if someone feels like, it's safe to just come and explore, they will. If they feel like they're going to be sold or they're going to be, who wants to go into a situation where they're going to feel pressured and sold? They're probably going to not show up, right? So be thinking about your vibe when you're inviting. That is really, really important. Okay. Now, as you guys know, money isn't everything. It's really, really important, but there are a lot of lonely people out there. In fact, one of my primary business partners, rock stars, friend for 25 years, Amy Homewood, who we're going to hear from here soon, she had a lot of money when I showed this business opportunity, but not the community that she was looking for. So there are a lot of people that are really looking for friends. And so I recommend not prejudging, inviting everyone to connect in, and know that this whole meeting is a tool for connecting in with the community. Okay. Failing to plan is planning to fail. You're setting up the meeting. I want you to think about how many people are coming to the meeting. Visualize, set your intentions, reach out to a couple people when you're scheduling the date for your meeting. It takes at least 3, ideally, to create a space so that when people come into the meeting, they're going to know, hey, something's going on. It's kind of like pitching a tent, right? If you pitch the tent, you've just got that one pole in the middle. It's a little vulnerable, but if you got 3 stakes in the ground or 10 stakes in the ground, you've got a real solid space for people to come in and go, something's happening here. Something's up here. Let me pay attention. What's going on? I need to know about this. So visualize it in advance, and have at least a couple other distributors that are going to support the meeting, even if they're bringing them in on Zoom live into your family room. We've done that before. If you're the host, make sure you confirm that all your equipment's working. Download your video in advance, because God forbid you don't want any buffering or something like that going on. Just double check it, especially when Mercury's in retrograde like it is now. 3,000 times. That's a little exaggeration, but make sure that that's just not going to be an issue. Make your guests feel comfortable by doing some things, okay? Your guests are going to come in. If it's silent, it's really awkward. Have some music playing, and not extreme music, not, just some background music that's high vibration, that's going to be attracting your tribe. Also, have a greeter. Assign roles. If you're hosting a meeting, or if you're, presenting, have everybody that's there, that's distributors, as many people as you can, have a role. You can have multiple greeters. Have name tags, because I have to say, put yourself in the space of the guest. It's overwhelming. You just walk over to these people and you met Sally, Joe, and Tom, and then you meet Susie, Ann, and Frank. I mean, it is hard to keep all those names in your head. So just a name tag can really make your guests feel comfortable, and also your presenter. If you've got a presenter coming in from out of town or from another part of the country, it's hard to remember everybody's name. So name tags are great. Sign-in sheet, great, because sometimes guests bring guests. And the first guest you invite may not be interested, but the next guest might be. So you want a way to always be able to reconnect with the people that come and invite and do the follow-up work that's important. Okay. Drinks and food, be duplicatable. Everything you do in a home meeting is going to duplicate. Your guests are there and they're evaluating everything. They're looking around. They're looking at the food. If you're a good cook, you don't need to make something really special. Not for this home meeting, because they're going to be thinking, I'm not a good cook. I don't think I could do this. Or if you just don't have a lot of time, so you bring in a catered tray, they're thinking, I don't have the money to be, having meetings, something like this, where I'm going to be having to keep it simple. If it's close to dinner, have some nuts, something with protein to sustain people. That's why I like to do the meeting a little after, give them a chance to get food in their body so their blood sugar isn't crashing. These are all little things, but very big things for having a successful meeting. Avoid alcohol during the meeting. I've seen people drinking that by the second part of the meeting, their eyes are starting to close, their blood sugar's crashing, and the meeting after the meeting, which is the most important meeting, is done. They're not there. Okay, so I'm talking so fast, I know. Limit distractions. Put your pets away. I love pets, but anything that's going to cause someone to take their eye off the presenter, you want to, if you can control it, control it. Marketing materials. You don't need a lot of marketing materials. If you are inviting a guest, bring your own marketing materials for your people. Otherwise, everyone's just going to take up the host's marketing materials, and it's also very expensive to do. So bring what you need for your guest and give it to them after the meeting. We're not selling with our marketing materials in this business, but it is very helpful to leave some materials with them. Make sure your information's on everything that you give out. Chairs. You don't want to put a ton of chairs and pack the room with chairs if you don't have that many RSVPs. Bring the chairs out later so that people get a sense of, hey, it's crowded in here, or we need to bring out more chairs. More people are coming in. It's raising the vibration. It's really exciting. Now, if you're the host, it's your responsibility to get things going. Okay, so it's time to start the meeting on time. If there's things that are happening, absolutely, if you're a few minutes late, it's okay. Don't stress and feel like, oh my God, I'm late, I'm gonna die, but don't let it draw on. I've seen people say, I just got a call for this person, we're waiting a few more minutes, we're waiting a few more minutes. At the most, do not wait more than 10 minutes, because it's disrespectful to the people that got there on time, and it's just not professional. So if you're a few minutes late, okay, be normal, be human, but don't let it drag on. You got to start the meeting and set the tone. You're going to set up the news clip. You're going to let them know it's antiquated, because otherwise they're going to be thinking that what we're in the business of is selling pills and this thing is old. And what kind of company is this, right? But if you let them know up front that you're going to be introducing the speaker, they're going to know other information's coming and not be distracted by the fact that that news clip is antiquated. And then edify the presenter. You guys, edify, if you've got a guest, even if you don't have a guest, be edifying everything. You can edify teams, you can edify the company, you can edify the presenter. It's about building up, because your guest is there, they don't know anything, and be authentic. Don't say anything that's not true. Okay. Now, don't worry about, by the way, if you want to host a home meeting, don't worry about, I don't have a big enough house. I remember going to see Brandon Cunningham with 40 people shoved into one little room in a small little apartment, and it was one of the best, most memorable meetings I can remember. Don't ever cancel your meeting because you think, oh, only a few people RSVP'd, because always other people show up, and sometimes small meetings are the best meetings. So just do it. There are people I know that have the meetings time after time after time after time, and then that's how you build the meeting. You build it by being consistent. And it is an amazing tool, I'm telling you. Now, your guests that are going to be there, if you're the presenter, just remember, they want the answers to 2 questions. Is this real? Can I do this? So keep your meeting very simple, duplicate it. from whatever your team is using. In fact, when you've got distributors there, if you're a distributor and you don't have guests, absolutely still come to the meeting. And your job at that meeting is to help the other people who have guests and to train yourself to quickly get up in front of that room and start presenting, because the people in front of the room are the ones that make the most money. Treat your business like a business. Memorize what you need to memorize. Take ownership of your business, you guys. You are CEOs of your own business. This isn't a joke. It doesn't, you're not successful just by happenstance. You're going to make this happen for yourself, okay? And during the earnings claim statement, when you're going over money, it's an opportunity to bring, oh, somebody's talking. It's an opportunity to bring, maybe that means I got to shut up, bring more people into the experience. The purpose of the meeting is to build belief, right? And build community. But you're going to build belief by people hearing stories. And if you are owning that meeting, make sure everyone talking is compliant. Make sure everything you're saying is compliant. Don't make any claims. Don't promise to heal or cure or treat. This is our business is precious. We want to keep it going. Now, after the meeting, I'm sure there's more things I wanted to say, but I want to be sensitive to the time because I forgot to look at the exact time when I started. But keep things safe. People, this isn't sales. We've heard that before already today. We are just sharing information. We're not standing at the door with an application like you can't leave unless you sign up. But, we do want to give an opportunity for people to participate in the way that feels good for them, right? So if you're the presenter, make sure you build the value of that platinum pack. That's going to set them up for the most successful way to build their business. Not that we don't have other ways to come in, but honestly, going to events, and the platinum pack gives you a way to do two events right from the get-go and bring other people with you that duplicate and do what you do. That's what I would say is like, start with what you think they should do in order to succeed if they want to build this business, if they're seeing this like you do. Okay, let me just look at my notes here for a second. All right, meeting after the meeting, I recommend reading Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. We want to ask questions. We want to give our guests an opportunity to be heard, and smile, right? I mean, some people will go to the coffee shop to get their coffee just so that someone smiles at them across the room. They are craving connection and they want to be seen. They want to be heard. Ask questions. What did you like best about what you just heard tonight? If you are the bridge, if you're the person who invited the guest, it's your job to get a sense and gauge their interest, right? Hopefully the presenters encourage them to go and connect with you to see where they are, but ask them, scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being, I'm ready to jump in and start building this business with you right now, and 1, I've got no interest at all in building this business, and 5's not an option. Where are you in this right now? Get a sense as to what questions they might have, and then connect your guest with another third party to get answers to their questions. Don't sit there and just answer your guest questions. If you're the bridge, you've got the opportunity to right then just walk over here and say, hey, I would love to introduce you to my guest. Always introduce your guest first, and then whoever your third party validator is going to be to answer concerns. You've got that live opportunity to do that. Okay. And remember, it's your job to close. You're the one with the relationship. The close is not like nailing somebody down. It's just a second invitation. It's just an opportunity to say, hey, you want to do this with me? Or what do you think? You ready to get started? You ready to go? Whatever. You're going to at least determine what the next step is going to be before you leave that home meeting. And have fun, you guys. Have the take care of yourself. Make sure you've eaten before the meeting. Make sure you're drinking your Axio. Make sure you are breathing. Your energy is what is going to attract. Your vibe is going to attract your tribe. The vibe of your whole community is going to attract your tribe. And don't take anything personally, you guys. Have fun. And I'm turning it back over to Maria because she's back. I think that's a sign.
That's a sign. You got it. It's a sign. That was awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh my goodness. All the little nuggets, all the little things that people forget. It's so easy. I mean, all of it. I took notes and notes and notes. Listen, I love what you said, that the meeting is the second or the third touch. People forget that. I've had people, oh, I've invited them to 3 meetings. They don't come. And I said, well, do you know where they live? Yes. Well, go to them. Oh, yes, go to them. Go visit your friend. Like what Carrie did. She came and visited me and showed me the ABC. Go visit people, have a one-on-one, and then the next step can be the meeting. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Marcy. Plan, plan, plan. Plan your plan. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you. I'm honored to share.
Next, we have Cherise Matthews, because I know she's on a time crunch and we're going to get her on. Cherise has been one of my mentors. I'd love to tell her that because from day one, it's just, I've learned so much from her, her energy, her smile, everything. She's been a personal trainer for many, many years, an entrepreneur. She's been in network marketing for a while. So I can't wait to hear her wisdom, because now she's going into she's using new tools. So let me put it that way. She's using Facebook that she's never used before. And so we're really interested to see what she's learned, what she's doing. I've seen a couple of her lives and they were phenomenal. Oh my goodness. The girl could be an actress. Go, Cherise.
Thank you, Maria. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here today. Thank you for joining me, everybody, and joining all of us. Marcy, thank you so much for what you just shared, because that was incredible. And I learn all the time. We are learning from each other here. And Maria, you're one of my mentors as well, because this is a new arena for me. And I'm so excited to talk about Facebook for Freshies. That's what I'm going to call it. Facebook for Freshies. Listen, I have built a Pro 8 business in this industry, or in this company, and I've done it exactly the way that we all have done it, by home meetings and big meetings and however. And I've been super, super, super scared to connect with people when using Facebook. In fact, I know I've built a Pro 8 business without posting anything on Facebook ever. And I was only tagged in photos and didn't know anything. And I literally put the covers over my head and said, no, I don't want to see, I don't want to hear, forget about technology and social media. And I'm going to tell you a little story really quickly. It is one of the most, I don't know what you want to call her, but she is the #1 social influencer on social media. And she's a dear friend of mine. And I ran into her in Denver when we were at an elite academy of all things. She's not in this company. And we ran into each other, and this was 4 years ago. And she said, Cherise, you are building online, aren't you? And I'm like, no, this is network marketing. And she's like, I know, but you are building online, aren't you? And I said, no. And I literally still put the covers over my head and said, no way. And in that, I could kick myself now, because we are in a new era. This is an additional tool for what we're doing, okay? It's an additional tool. You are not gonna stop talking to the people at the soccer game and the mom sitting next to you right at the soccer game, but this is an additional tool. So I'm hoping I can, hoping my screen share works, okay? So I'm gonna do this, and I wanna share just something. Here it is, right here with you. Okay, so let me just do this. Let me move this over. Okay, so I just want to share a couple slides, and then I want to share some things with Facebook, okay? So right here, why are you going to build an online brand? And this is from Peter Diamandis, and he says, the rising billion, the new customers, will arrive by 2020. The most dramatic positive change in our global economy is about to occur between 2016 and 2020. Things are changing. They are. And online sales will reach 523 billion by 2020 in the US, and it's driven by mobile devices. Think about this for 1 second, you guys. In the moment you walk out of a doctor's office and the doctor says, oh, you know, he I don't know, he tells you what you have. what's the first thing you do? You go online and Google it. You walk right out after trying on shoes, and you walk right out and you Google it. You just literally are on the phone at all times. We all are. So it's driven by our mobile devices. Look at the stats. 80% of Americans use social media. 80%. 54% would rather engage online, which is crazy, but this is where things are going. 2.8 billion people were using this by 2016, and Facebook is still the #1 social network. It literally is king, okay? And why Facebook? Well, 1.71 billion monthly users, 1.13 billion daily users, and by 2018 expected to be close to 170 million users, okay? So I want to just really say, step up your game. And what we're doing here is attracting people to you. And people don't join companies, they join people. Now this goes for whether it's on Facebook or anywhere. You know, you're talking to someone and you have a positive vibe at the soccer game. They join you, they don't join the company, okay? There are many companies they can join. Do we have the best of the best? Yes, but they join people. We are now in the attention economy, and authenticity has no competition. And the best storyteller wins, okay? So in this, what I want to say is that I was super, super scared to do anything with Facebook and to use it as an additional tool until when I saw authenticity has no competition, I thought, wow, we are all unique humans, and you are going to attract what you are to you. And so don't be scared of this, everybody. I promise you, do not be scared of this, as I was for many years, because I'm going to start you off. Okay, we're going to start with the basics. Believe me, I'm still a freshie. I'm still a baby doing this. Okay, so what I want to say, last slide here, is look the part. What I see when I go to your Facebook page is what you are. You are going to look the part. So I'm going to start you off very slowly. I'm still in baby mode. And let me move right out of this. And I want to take you directly here. I want to start you with, okay, here we go. I just want to make sure if, okay, here it is. Just looking to make sure everybody can see that. All right, so this is what I want to do. If you're brand new on Facebook and you're brand new and you know that you're going to have to start connecting with people here, this is for freshies. Look right here, this picture right here, the updated profile picture. I mean, the profile picture, that's your profile picture. You want that picture to be shoulders up. You want it to be you. When people look here, they want to see you. Don't make it a tiny little picture or a picture of your dog or anything else. This is you, okay? And then your cover photo is the one that goes behind you here. And this cover photo is what you are as well. This is the most important thing in my whole life, and here it is, my family. So I've got that there, okay? And I want to just also show you, I'm going to take you down here to my intro. Listen, you can have fun with this intro. I have here wife, mom, enthusiasm, because that's just who I am. I was born with it. Wellness entrepreneur, positive servant leader, okay? That's what I am. Now, is that changing also? You know, sometimes it is, but that's, if someone looks at this, they know that's what I stand for. And then you're gonna also add that you get 5 pictures right here. Well, this is me. I speak. I am a public speaker. This is my family, which is the most important. And then enthusiasm is contagious, be a carrier. That's just, I just love that. Okay, now, if you don't mind, Maria, I love yours. I'm gonna go to yours as well. Hope you don't mind me showing everybody yours, but check this out. Boom, shoulders up. There's her cover photo, okay? I mean, her profile picture. And then her cover photo. This is what she is. The quality of being thankful, okay? And kindness. This is her. And if you look at her intro, entrepreneur, health and wellness, motivational speaker, wife, mother. That's what's important to her. What I see is who she is, okay? Let's go to Jenny, I'm hoping that I can just use people here as we go through here. But look at Jenny, shoulders up. And Jenny that's Jenny, beautiful picture there. And then look at her cover photo. And she does change this, I've noticed. Your brilliance awaits you on the edge of your comfort zone. So she is like, okay, this is what she's about. And look at her intro, co-founder at Team Fearless. She's all about being fearless. Proud wife, mom, wellness entrepreneur, getting people healthy and wealthy. This may be basic 101 Facebook to you, but you guys, trust me. Like, I didn't even change my intro until like this week. And I didn't know you could have an intro, okay? So this is Facebook for freshies. All right, we're gonna take it deeper in with Sam Allen in a second here. But all of this right here is extremely important to go through. And I love one more. I have to get to Tracy Lindstrom. Check this out. I hope she doesn't mind I'm using this. But look at this. I'm here to light the world. And she's all about her family, passionate about God, family, and fitness. Boom, you know who she is. Okay, so in this, that's what you do. That you just make sure those two things, work. That's who you are as we see that, okay? So I wanted to say this as we go through here. There is also Facebook for freshies, you guys. You are gonna most likely have to go through your settings. You can go right to the 3 dots right here and you can see timeline settings. You can go in there and you can dig around. You can have someone help you and find out what the settings. You wanna make sure your settings are set so that not just anybody can tag you in any photo. Because what I have learned that this right here, your wall is sacred, okay? This is your wall. This is you. If someone's tagging you on some random photo, from the gym and some crazy thing, you're not even in the photo. This is your wall. This is you. This is sacred for you, and you are going to build your brand here, and this is what you stand for, okay? So this is how this all works, just basic freshies, okay? And then, of course, we have the access within this. I'm going to stop share for a second. There we go. So we have access to go in and build groups. And within those groups, which I'm going to let Sam get to that part, but within those groups also, this is where you connect with your team. This is where you can put a lot of training in with your team. And then we also have those are distributor groups. And then we have customer groups, okay? We have business groups. And Facebook allows those different type of groups in there so that we can build and connect. And I will say this, even though I've been very scared of going online and putting myself out there, what I've noticed is I truly feel way more connected to my team than I ever have. And I believe that that's, they're starting to feel that same feel as well. So what I want to say is there's so much to this, but I want to tell you, do not be afraid of this. Okay. You got to go big. You got to get in here and you got to go big. And so on that, it's Facebook Freshies. I know that's basic, but Sam is going to take this more, Maria. And I just want to thank you because this is where things are going. We've got to have a presence here. Thank you.
Facebook Freshies. I love it, love it, love it. I love what you said. Authenticity has no competition. Be yourself. Sometimes people try to recreate and be other people. Like, no. Look at other people's Facebook pages, what they're doing, but go and be yourself. Absolutely. And it's okay that you shared my Facebook page.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thanks, Maria.
I thought that was brilliant because it wasn't a lot of like deep stuff into Facebook, but it was the main things, that the first things people see. And if that's messed up, when I see a picture of somebody's dog, well, I don't want to connect with a dog, right? I got my own too. I want to connect with a person. Eyes, right? You want to see their face, their eyes. And I know my picture, I got to get a little closer to my face. I know, I'm working on it. I'm just.
Oh, yours is great.
One thing that I have, my picture, Facebook, Twitter, what's the other one? Instagram, it's all the same picture. Even my Lifevantage account is the same picture. because when people are looking for me, boom, 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 that picture, that's something I learned from someone somewhere, that the same picture is important. Thank you, Charisse. I love that you're embracing something new and going for it. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
Now we have a little bit more about Facebook. Now we're going to have Samantha Allen, and Samantha is a former Marine Corps captain. Oh my goodness, like this woman is amazing. Mom of, and she has a young baby too, but just entrepreneur, has embraced really Facebook. She's done some training for us. She's been amazing. And she's going to go through, I think it's the daily method on Facebook. What does she do on a daily basis? So, and Charisse, you had a question from someone, so maybe if you take a look at the question, Charisse, you can answer the question. So Samantha, turn on your video camera, unmute yourself, and let's go, girl. I see you, but your video camera isn't working yet. And you're muted, Samantha. Can you? Yeah, a little bit. It might be your internet. I'm not hearing you.
Are you hearing me?
Yes. I can't hear you again. On my end, you look like you're muted. No, it's broken up, sweetie. Can't hear you. Wi-Fi issue, someone's saying. I think it's your Wi-Fi connection. Can you go somewhere where the signal is stronger? And I prayed last night that technology would work. I'm not the techie person. And if I can do this, guys, anybody can do this, because you know how petrified I have been of this.
Yes, Samantha, you look muted and just you're frozen.
We do want to hear from you. Maybe, Samantha, we'll go to Sherry Gillespie next. And then maybe you can, oh, wait a minute, you're in the car. All right, wait a minute, that works. Yeah. For about a second, and then you froze up again.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go, yeah, it looks like on our end, you're still muted and we can't hear you. All right, Sherry, are you out there? You ready? All right. So we're gonna skip over you right now, Samantha, and maybe you can get a better signal, and towards the end, I'll come back to you or text me. So Sherry Gillespie is another amazing woman that has been one of my mentors, one of my secret mentors that I've watched throughout these 7.5 years, because when I joined, she was one of the first persons in with Carrie Dickey and Stu Brody. And Sherry is a master nutritionist. At the time, she was going for her master's in nutrition. And so whenever she spoke about this product and this business and what this did, I mean, I just captivated me, because I knew she knew the science of this. So Sherry's a pro 9 in this business and phenomenal. And she's going to talk to us about resolving concerns, because we all know that once we present information, then the concerns come, right? People have these concerns. So Sherry is going to go over all of that with us, resolving concerns. So Sherry, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you so much, everybody. Boy, what a bunch of notes already. This has been fantastic. Kicked my butt getting up at 6 a.m. though. So it was still dark outside, but thanks you everybody for everything you've contributed so far, and Maria for hosting and everything. A little bit of my background is I was a personal trainer for years and an aerobics instructor. I owned my own gym for a short period of time. And when I grew older, I thought, what do I want to be when I grow up? And I realized some things about myself, that I loved helping people, which is why I was an aerobics instructor, which is why I was a gym owner and a personal trainer. And so I went back to school, as Maria said, and I got my master's in nutrition. And I was 6 months from getting my master's degree in holistic nutrition when I discovered Lifevantage through Carrie Dickey calling me on a Saturday morning, just like right now. Let's see, it was, I remember it very well. It was 9:30 in the morning. I was writing a paper and I was just excited to not write the paper anymore and to watch an ABC primetime video. And it was all over after that. I was just absolutely over the moon about the science. Now, maybe what you don't know about me was at that time, I was sitting in a home that we were foreclosing on, and my father had just passed away a few months prior. I had to take on 2 jobs because of the foreclosure that was happening. I had already opened my nutrition practice, so I was one of those people that a lot of people don't approach because I was a very busy person. You know, it was a very emotionally painful time. It was a very financially frustrating time. And fortunately, you know, just 6 months before I finished my master's is when Lifevantage came into my life. So as many people on the call already, I've been in Lifevantage also for 7.5 years. And because of this incredible opportunity, financial opportunity, and because of the groundbreaking science that we have behind our products, I've been able, like the other people on the line, to experience for the first time in my life what time and financial freedom feels like. And I want everybody on this call to know that anybody can do this. I mean, I'm sitting in a home that we just built and moved into in January of this year, and we built this home paycheck to paycheck because 11 banks turned us down and would not allow us to get a loan because of the foreclosure has not been 7 years out yet. So finally, I'm getting paid what I'm worth, and you all deserve to get paid what you're worth. And we can do that and have that with this compensation plan. So I'm excited in the next few minutes to share with you guys about something that I'm very passionate about. You're going to hear when you are doing your invites and following up with people, that people have a lot of what I like to call hesitations. And it's the same thing as the concerns. I just like the word hesitations because I just believe that everybody's hesitating because maybe they don't have enough information yet. And I also like, you know, to think that everybody's just a no, not now. I'm just very open-minded that way, and it's worked for me. So the key to handling hesitations, I think the most important thing is to listen. Listening is number one. And if you haven't yet picked up Listening for Success by Steve Shapiro, you should. You can go on Amazon, and it's actually a little book now. I have the audio tape. Listen to it all the time. That's funny, I dated myself a tape. I listen to it all the time because I need it. We all need it. And it's helped me so much in my business. And I practice some of the tactics that he talks about when I'm just out and about, you know, around town or whatever. So I have never shared my screen. So I'm going to see if I can do that because it was so cool when Sharice did that. Don't need to show you my inbox. Well, dang, it worked when I practiced it this morning and now it's like gone. All right, I'm just like you, Carrie. Darn. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through this. Basic, feel, felt, found. You know, this has been around in network marketing forever, clear back in the Fuller Brush days. You know, I had a great aunt who was in Fuller Brush. So feel, felt, found is one tactic. Another one is, I don't know about that. What I do know is, and then you insert your story or someone else's story. Ask a question back is another tactic. And the fourth one that I'm going to go through briefly is called comfort sentences. So let's take a look at these. Feel, felt, found. Really basic, you guys. And I can't lie. I can't say, well, I know how you feel if someone says they don't like multi-level marketing, because I don't know how they feel because I love it. So, you know, you might say many people felt that way. But feel, felt, found is basically, I know how you feel. I felt that way too. What I found is, or many people felt that way, or I know someone that felt that way, and what she found was. So feel, felt, found. And I love, when I first started using this, just practicing at those Christmas parties or just out and about, getting it out and doing it in public. So let's look at an example. And this is me, the person that says, you know what? I don't have enough time. I know how you feel. I felt that way too. What I found is that I can work this in the nooks and crannies of my life. And that's exactly how I built this, working 2 jobs in the nooks and crannies of my life. You know how busy my life is. And after 7 months, I was making 6 figures. I'm sure you've heard the term, if you want something done, give it to a busy person. So I know how you feel. I felt the same way, right? So that's feel, felt, found. I don't know about that. What I do know is, and then insert a story. This is one of my favorites. So let's use, I'm not a salesperson. I don't know about that. What I do know is at Lifevantage, we're not looking for salespeople. We're looking for people that can share a good thing, like a good book, a good movie, a good restaurant. I'm sure you've done that. And then you've got to do that listening for success. A lot of times when we're handling hesitations, we want to solve the problem. And so we get a little bit defensive and we go on and on and on. And what I've learned was to make the statement, feel, felt, found statement, or I don't know about that. What I do know is, and insert the story and then stop. It's so important to listen because then you're going to find out where to go next. And I say this all the time. I know a lot of people on my team are on here. It's been really fun seeing so many people. And I just can't emphasize enough that how you will move faster through the process of handling hesitations when you listen. Another example is, I don't have enough money. Well, I don't know about that, but what I do know is that I have a friend that paid her mortgage with her first paycheck. So you're inserting a true story that doesn't have to be yours. It can be somebody else's. All right, the third tactic I want to share with you is asking a question back. So if someone says, well, I don't like network marketing. I don't like that at all. Well, what do you know about it? Asking that question back and then being very quiet and listening. So I don't have enough time. Well, how much time do you think it takes? And then listen. I don't think I know enough people. I live in a town of 2,000 people. I don't know what I would do. Well, how many people do you think you need to know to have a successful business in Lifevantage? This one always cracks me up. Is it saturated? But some people ask that. Well, what does saturated mean to you? You know, so when you're asking these questions back, it gives you more time to think, for one, but it gives them an opportunity to come out with what they're really thinking. And I will tell you that most of the time, the first hesitation people have is not the real hesitation or the real reason that they're thinking about not looking more into Lifevantage. So remember that you're trying to get to the real reason and help them handle that hesitation. So what I love about asking the question back is that you then can rotate right into feel, felt, found, or I don't know about that. What I do know is, I hope that makes sense to you guys. Asking a question back and then rotating right back into feel, felt, found, or I don't know about that. What I do know is. And then the last one that I want to share with you is comfort sentences. I love comfort sentences. So here's a couple of comfort sentences that you can use. Oh, I see. You know, you're validating that hesitation. Super important. Or I'm glad you shared that. Tell me more about that. You know, you're validating the person. You're right there with them, if that makes sense. Or that's an interesting thought. Or I see what you mean. And my very, very favorite, I use all the time is, if it weren't for that, would there be any other reason that you wouldn't be joining me right now in Lifevantage? If it weren't for that. So now you might be getting to the real hesitation when you ask that one. So I love, love, love that one right there, and I use it all the time. So what I want to conclude with is asking for referrals. I think it's really, really important that, you know, at the very end of the day, if someone's a no, not now, that you still ask for referral. You know, I understand where you are right now, and, you know, I'm just going to give you a call in February. Anybody I'm talking to, I always push 3 months out. I don't say, may I give you a call? I say, I'm just going to give you a call in February. We'll touch base again. I'll fill you in on what's new and exciting with the company. And, you know, people's lives change. You just never know. But, you know, we were talking about the NRF2 and NRF1 products that we carry, and you seem very, very interested. And I'm just curious, you know, who do you know that might have some health issues that we could share this with? Or who do you know that might be like myself and, you know, was going through a financial downturn, and this possibly could change their life? And what I found when I ask for referrals is many times people are like, well, wait a minute, if she's going to talk to my friends, or if she's interested in, you know, reaching out and talking to other people that I know, maybe I should jump in on this. So it's kind of the takeaway, and it has turned some people's heads around. So never forget to always ask for referrals. So thank you, Maria, so much. I'm so honored to be on this call with so many fantastic women. It's kind of cool, actually. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for getting up so early, and your house is beautiful, even though you pay for it paycheck by paycheck. God bless you for being able to do it, right? So I loved what you said. Listen, I have literally been with people that have talked people out of becoming a distributor or buying the product because they just kept talking and talking and talking. And I know sometimes we get so excited, but stopping and listening. And you are so good about that. And one thing that you said again, and you're the one who taught me this, ask for referrals. I remember one of the first Elite Academies, and you were up on stage talking about that. Ask for referrals. Don't stop at the person that's in front of you. So your wisdom continues to shine on us. And thank you so much, Sherry. Okay, so next we have Amy Holmert. Amy comes from we've gone from Oregon now all the way over to Maryland, I believe. And Amy is in the, she was in the insurance industry for many, many years, over 20 some years, one of the top performers in her field, and just a really strong businesswoman. And this is what I love about Amy. She had never done network marketing before. And this was really out of her realm of her. She was really corporate and businesswoman, but to see this and embrace it the way she has and build this huge organization is just amazing, you know. And I think it's important for other corporate people, right, that we talk to, like how you saw this, Amy, and what, you know, finally got you to see this as a real business and not just, oh, I'm going to, you know, tackle this a little. But Amy's going to talk to us about closing, how to close, always be closing, and the follow-up. If you didn't close, then the follow-up after that. So take it away, Amy.
Thanks, Maria. Thanks, you guys. This is amazing. I'm so happy we're doing this. I think we found a new way to do LV, one of the ways anyway. Because it's recorded and we can share this information and we can watch it over and over again. So thank you everybody for taking the time, and thanks for asking me to get involved. I'm excited to share with you guys. Obviously, I had a lot of training in the insurance business. That's part of the wonderful thing about being in like financial services and sales is you do get a lot of training. But I have had the best training that I've ever had of any business all the years that I was doing the different things I had to continue to learn. I was in the securities. I had my securities license, you know, for the NASD, registered representative, you know, so New York Stock Exchange and all that. So I was always having to get trained all the time. And a lot of it was on follow-up and on closing. Obviously, those things are without doing those, you guys, you will not have a business that will succeed. So we get all these great tools, and then we really need to move forward with being comfortable with the follow-up, because I'm going to start with that and then end with closing. but follow-up is literally, it's, you know, the invite, mastering the invite, and then following up. Because if you don't follow up, you're not going to be successful, because most people don't close on the first time they look at this information. I mean, I did. Marcy came over to my house at 8 a.m. I was going on a yoga retreat to California, in Malibu, where I wasn't going to be able to talk to anybody for 8 days. So can you imagine getting this information? Then literally that day I got on an airplane and I wasn't allowed to talk to anybody once I landed at this place. So I said to Marcy, listen, I get it. I see what this is. Like, I showed her all my supplements. I was taking 20 to 30 supplements a day. I was trying to turn on SOD and glutathione. Like, I was one of those people you want to show this to, because there are people out there that understand this kind of stuff. But literally I said, I don't know what this business means or whatever, but I'll sign me up for whatever the biggest thing is, because I need this stuff. I'll give it to my family. So I signed up, didn't even finish watching the video. She was reading the script. You know, she had just gotten started. Just tells you that you guys, you got to show this to as many people as possible. And then you got to show them how easy this business is, because I was able to learn from our whole upline, sign line, cross line, everybody, all the stuff that we can do that's so different and so much easier than what I did in my insurance practice, with all the regulations and all the insurance, you know, E&O, errors and omissions, and all these other things. So we have 4 things. And in the core habits, part of that is the follow-up and closing, and just learning those core habits as a business person. But you guys, 4 pillars that you don't, none of these are optional. You're like you're seeing this today, that blueprint. Everything we're doing, you guys, is in the blueprint. All the things, we're all saying the same things. Now we're adding some social media. I'm going to talk to you guys about how we follow up with that as well. Our events, this is an event. You know, you don't miss it. You invite your teams. You do it yourself. Your core habits, and then your personal growth and leadership development, which is part of what we have here as well. The follow-up piece, you know, most people don't, and I'm gonna show you this chart first, and then I'm gonna go back to let me just show you this. So just so you guys know the statistics of following up, only 45% of the people follow up one time. Okay. So like, has anybody out there ever called in and showed them the ABC report and never called them again? It was just like went into a black hole. I think we've all done that. And the reason that we do it is because we don't want someone to say no. We kind of think, well, if we call them, then they're going to say no. And we don't want to hear no. So we just don't call. When reality is, you know, we have no idea. I did the same thing in the insurance business. Like I would call somebody and they wouldn't call me back. That's what we do now. You know, maybe a follow-up is you text them and then they don't call you back. And so you think, well, they're not interested. Well, call my voicemail and it says, hey, if you guys are leaving me a message here, pretty slim chance I'm going to be listening to it like within the next week. Because I use text, I use Facebook Messenger, and you know, that's how I talk to people more than listening to voicemails. Everyone's like that now. So never worry because you called someone and they didn't call you back, or maybe they didn't even text you back, that they're not interested. People are so busy and they're so inundated. So you really have to follow up more now than you did like 10 years ago. You do have to follow up more now. People have more information coming at them. 45% only do one time. 28% do 2. Look at the percent of people that close on that amount of follow-up. 12% on the 3rd, 5% of the people on 3 follow-ups. And then now look what happens. The 4th follow-up, 10%, right? And then the 5th follow-up, look at that, 80% of the people. So if this is the most important part of your business, besides learning how to do the invite and then doing the 4 pillars, you have got to do this part. And every single day you have to put into your schedule doing that, because otherwise you won't necessarily remember, okay? Because we're so busy. A lot of us are focusing as we build our businesses in the beginning on just new, calling new people. And I actually have a new distributor in my group who we did these launch calls, which we hadn't been doing before. We've been doing just introducing people to the ABC and getting them on 3-way calls and everything. And then we decided, you know, Fred Graves came to town and we said, you know what, we're going to do some launch calls. And I had done them for some other teams, but not my own. And it was amazing. It was great, but he had so many follow-ups to do, we got too busy. and he couldn't keep up with all of it because he had so much activity. So you guys, you got to manage this like a real business. Like everybody's been telling you, this is priceless what you're getting today. This is the page inside of your blueprint that has the information about how to follow up. So everything is available. That's in your start kit. Okay, follow-up methods, phone call, text, and email, right? Now, a lot of people aren't even looking at their emails anymore. So you really have to get used to texting and private messaging. Those are the two ways that people are going to probably see messages the quickest. Introduce them also to other people. So when you make a phone call, you get them on the phone, say, while you have them on the phone, say, hey, you know what? I'd love to introduce you to Charisse Matthews. She's one of my business partners in California. I know you're from California. That's where you grew up. She's also in the fitness industry. Let me get her on the phone real quick. Don't ask permission. Just do it. Don't ask permission to you're in charge of this business. The people that you're talking to don't know what they're supposed to do next. So you have to take charge of this, and you have to lead them along in the direction of what they're supposed to do. Like, have you guys ever asked anybody, has anybody ever asked you guys, after you showed them the information, talk to them on the phone, like, what do you guys want from me? Have you ever heard that? I've heard that so many times. I'm like, I'm really not doing a good job. What do you want from me? I've told them I have a business I want to share with them. I told them that I'm looking for business partners. And then they go, what do you want from me? And I'm like, I want you to be the biggest, most successful business partner that I've ever talked to in my life. That's what I want from you. I don't know if it's you, but if you don't have that intention when you're talking to somebody, that that's what you want from them, then they have no idea what you're looking for, because that is what you're looking for. So why not just put it out there? And when you follow up with them, say, hey, are you that person yet? Because that's what could change your life. I have things that might be able to solve problems for you. And you really want to do that listening and active asking questions like Sherry just went through. Sherry is a master at this. That was incredible. That was so helpful. Okay, use the LV apps. Now we're going to be having one app, thank God, which will be more helpful. We're in the beta testing phase of that right now. You're sending videos. You're following up with LV blogs. I have a doctor that just enrolled. She's an ND she's in one of my downlines, working with her directly. She goes, these LV blogs are amazing. She's putting them on her Facebook page. Have you guys ever looked at the LV blogs? You don't have to recreate the wheel. All this stuff is already put together for you, and it's all compliant, which is awesome. The research from PubMed, obviously, we've been using that. I've been involved for 5 years. I was just like a freakazoid with research, and I got all into it, and I still do every day. I love it. I'm so into it. I've built a brain group right now where I'm looking at how cognitive performance with our products. That's kind of how I'm launching my Facebook initiative. I'm just getting it started. Like Charisse said, we got to be in this. That's where the money is right now, and the growth that's going to be faster is going to be using those platforms. You can still do it the organic way, and we're still going to, because it's like 42% of people meet us on the internet, and the rest of them are going to meet us face to face. Invite to events. This is an event. I invited a whole bunch of people to this. You can send out invitations. There's little invitation apps that are kind of cool after you. Remember, a lot of people aren't picking up the phone, and I know we're supposed to call them and personally invite them. Not everybody's going to answer the phone, so you can send them a little invitation. Facebook groups obviously are awesome to invite people into. And like Charisse was saying, having the Facebook groups has really helped to connect with the teams better, because a lot of people are using Facebook in your downline, you don't even know it, and they're just doing their thing. So being able to communicate with them and following up with them too, because we have to follow up with our team as well for us to continue to grow our businesses and have them build belief. The Zoom webinars, we're doing that right now. And then follow through on what you schedule and do what you say you're going to do. Be consistent with that, with the people that you're introducing the business to. They're really interviewing you as well to see if they want to be business partners with you. So if you say you're going to do something, you don't do it. It's very unprofessional. I mean, I've been caught in that many times. You don't think somebody's that serious about it, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, how come, we changed the time or whatever. And just be consistent with your word. It's very, very important. And have accountability partners on follow-up, because this is a part of the business that's so, so hard. And it's still hard for me, because I don't want anyone to say no. And I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through that, just the mishigas of having to follow up with people and have to continue giving more information. It's just hard, but it's building a relationship and always bringing it back to, if we can fulfill a need that they have. And that if we always focus on that, I'm following up with you because you gave me sort of an inside scoop on where you are in your life right now. And I'm hoping some of this information will fulfill your need to be able to look at this business in a different way that could really help you and your family. Like, I'd like to introduce you to some other people that you can hear stories of how they've totally changed their life in a way that you were saying you'd like to. So those kinds of things, getting to know their story a little bit, setting goals and deadlines, having your accountability partner together, like on a daily basis, checking in. Did you do your 3 follow-up calls today? Did you do your 3 new exposures? That kind of thing. Regular check-in times, sharing materials as well with team members so you guys can help each other, because there is a lot of stuff that we can use, and I think a lot of other people have great ideas as well that maybe we didn't think of, and there's just a plethora of stuff to do this with. And then closing statements. So this part is always really interesting too. Sure. Hey, Edwin, I have a big meeting coming up here at noon. I'm so excited. My son, Eddie's launching his business, and he just signed up, and he's got a bunch of teenagers coming that are all 18, and it's so exciting. But anyway, so I'm teaching him all this stuff too. So based on what you've seen so far, where would you put yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? Now, I think that's a great question. I've been hearing different ways to answer that or to follow up with that than what I originally had been doing. If somebody says, well, I'm like a 4. And people like it when you ask them that question because it's kind of fun. They laugh sometimes. It breaks it up a little bit, makes it a little more a lighter. It can be heavy, but it can be light the way you say it. Hey, based on what you've seen so far, where would you put yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 with joining me in this business? Not with signing up for to buy products. You could do that too, but that's kind of a weird question. And maybe it's not. I've never done it with a product one with a customer. How can we move you along on that scale from 4 to 6? Now, Sean Poe says, why aren't you at a 10? Hey, I love that. Why aren't you a 10 right now? We just gave you all this great information. Now, after you ask a question, don't say anything. Be quiet. This is the death knell. The first person to talk loses, basically, is the guy that isn't in control. So when you ask a question, like with Sherry's stuff too, always just be quiet. Even if it lasts like a minute, do not interrupt. Somebody's thinking, why aren't you a 10? They're going to tell you the reasons why. And I think you're going to get to that faster by asking it that way. So I think that's really interesting because you're going to gather more information about the client. You're going to get more information that will help to move them along. Another thing is are you ready? This is Sharice Matthews. Hey, you ready to get started? She'll just say it, put it right out there. She'll have her iPad. You ready to get started? Just assume they're ready to get started because maybe they are. And they don't know, like I said, they don't know what to do next. They're not sure what is supposed to happen next. So you've got to ask them if they're ready to get started. And if you see the profit potential, these are right out of the blueprint. That's the Fred Davis. Let's get you a business pack and get you started. If you see the profit potential the way that I do, let's get you started now. Let's get you on a business pack. And that business pack is a platinum pack, usually. But listen, they can always upgrade to that. So there's a lot of different schools of thought on that. But really, we do try to close for the platinum. It gives them the product that they need. You guys know all that. Maybe you don't. There's some new people on there. The platinum experience is a VIP experience. When you qualify for trips, you don't have to have as many points to qualify for some of the trips. And then you also get 2 tickets to the events, all access passes to our corporate events. So that right there is worth so much. It's why it's a big discount. So we're always closing toward helping somebody get into a pack that's going to give them the best chance for success in the business, and then duplicating their business, which is based on volume, is how you grow your business. So when people duplicate platinum, they have 1,000 points for every order. So this is very important. That Sherry Gillespie talked about this. I'm not a salesperson. All these concerns that come up, and I don't want to rehash because I had some more slides on similar to what, is this MLM? Well, of course it's MLM. We knew that. Where we are right now, we're closing. This is MLM. And if you study the dynamics of business, and Sharice talked about that a little bit today, the whole business world's changing. And this is what I'm excited about giving my next presentation, which will be recorded, is talking to younger people about the dynamics of the business in the new era, the 21st century. And it's all about e-commerce and direct-to-consumer, stuff. basically. And MLM is going to just be absolutely huge, and it's growing faster than most other industries in the retail sector. So just know that it's not going to be whether you do or do not do an MLM. It's going to be which one are you in? And I've asked that question to people when they say, oh, is this MLM? I'll say, yeah, which MLM are you in? And they're going to be like, what are you talking about? Well, everybody's going to be in an MLM. Maybe you're not in one yet, but everyone's going to be in one, because this is how people buy things now. So it's just a matter of what kind of products you want to have in your MLM. And the one I'm picking is the one we've already gone through all this, and I'm not going to take the time right now because I don't have time. But the timing, the trends, the science, everything that Lifevantage has, it hasn't hit momentum yet. We didn't do social media till about a year ago. This company is like a powder keg ready to explode. So within 24 months, like whatever you guys are doing, and this is what I say with a close, you can sit here and hash away and figure out and do the science and all the research. But I'm going to tell you right now, in the next 24 months, if you don't get this business moving quickly, you're going to miss it. And that is an absolute fact. So that's where we are right now. And that's a close I'm using. Like, you seem interested in this. I told you I was looking for you. I'm hoping you're a huge leader in my company. Everybody has a chance right now to go all the way to the top. We're going to have 100 Master Pro 10s within 5 years. Do you want to be one? Let's go. Let's get you signed up for a pack. So you guys, thank you so much. It's been awesome being here with you today. And I really appreciate you letting me go a little early because I have this meeting coming up, but thanks so much.
No, we were going to accommodate. We were not going to miss you, Amy, so it didn't matter. I just wanted to kind of follow the order so people have the sequence of how you build this business, the why, the invite, then the resolving concerns and close and all of that. But phenomenal. I've got people texting me. I've got a new distributor that just totally connected with you, and she's texting me, and I'm super excited.
Whoever
Comes
you
from the business world, just like you, and she just you really spoke to her. So this is what I love. We've got almost 500 people on this. This is incredible. I cannot wait to see your recording for the younger generation, because that's exciting. Because I'd love to get my sons involved at some point. So
yeah, I'll send it out to you. I'll send it out, make it available to everybody.
Okay, all right. Thank you, sweetie. We're gonna try Samantha Allen again. Samantha, are you there? Let me see if you're still frozen. If not, we're gonna go to Jen.
Can you hear me?
We can go. Yay!
Okay. I'm going to try to get right into it because I'm in a snowstorm. I don't know what's going on, but I tried to move out to use my cell phone service instead of the Wi-Fi. I don't know what's going on, but
all right,
I'll just get right into it if I can.
All right, so 1 second. Amy, if you can unshare your screen. There you go. Thanks, Amy. All right, go ahead, Samantha. It's all yours.
Okay. Real quick, can you see me share this screen? Let's see.
I see you. Hold on, though. Sometimes it takes a second. Yep.
Okay, let me know if you can see this.
Yes, we got it.
Okay, great. Thank you, Maria. So, hi, everybody. Thanks so much for having us on. We're so honored to be here today with you. We wanted to share a couple of quick tips for social media. Charisse already covered the basics, and I just want to say that if you are interested in building a business, especially a network marketing business, utilizing social media, you must become a student of social media, and specifically social media in network marketing. And I'm going to go through this very quickly, kind of a daily method of operation. But basically, guys, you have to be growing. You have to continue to grow yourself so that you are on Facebook, on social media, the person that will be attractive to people. And you have to continue to grow yourself. So the first part that we have on our daily method of operation checklist is personal development. And we recommend a minimum of 15 minutes of general personal development, mindset training, things like Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn and all the greats that we know about. And then 15 minutes minimum of network marketing specific. And definitely, if you're looking to grow your game in social media network marketing, plug into the people who are very successful in that already. There's a lot of really great leaders in that realm, and you need to plug into them so you can continue to learn about how this is growing. But guys, the whole bread and butter of the social media, really being effective on social media in this business is attraction marketing. So you may see some people that you know who are building a network marketing business on social media, and you might know exactly what company they're in and all the products they sell because they're selling They're selling right there on their personal page. What we are advocating for is to attract people. It's called attraction marketing. And the way that you want to do that is be authentically you, get posting on Facebook consistently, daily. If you've never done it before, start one a day, every day, just one post a day until you can build a little bit of the muscle up. And then start, what you ultimately want to get to is 2 to 3 posts every single day. Okay. And you want to spread them out morning, afternoon, and night. There's, don't worry about the exact time that's best. Just try to spread them out so they're not all right on top of each other. And you really want to make sure that what you're sharing mostly is just who you are, your brand, your lifestyle, your values, positivity, things that you learn from your personal development books that you're learning, things that you just learn in your life. If you're a mom, share some mom tips. If you're, a handyman, share some handyman tips. Be you. Give value to people in all fronts so that when you have something that might create curiosity on your business front, people are already plugged in and thinking, wow, I like what they're saying, so now I'm interested in seeing what they're talking about with their business. Now, as you see here on our checklist, we have 2 to 3 Facebook posts every day, and again, morning, afternoon, and evening. And then as you're doing that, guys, as you're attracting people to your message, people will reach out to you and ask you about what it is you're doing. I'll get into that in a second. I just want to go through the daily method all the way, and then I'll come back to that. So another thing, a very easy way to reach out to people. Every single day, go to your calendar, look whose birthday it is, and wish every person a happy birthday on their wall, or send them a private message wishing them a happy birthday. Then we have 3 new conversations on Facebook Messenger. This is you reaching out to somebody. Just, it doesn't have to be, hey, I've got this business opportunity, you want to take a look? It could just be like, hey, I saw you pop on my newsfeed and I realized we haven't chatted in a while. Where are you living these days? What's going on? Or just, hey, thanks for liking my post. I just wanted to reach out and say, hey, and I appreciate your support. Something just to get conversations going. You constantly want to have conversations going. And the goal is that you could get into a rhythm of doing 3 a day. That way you constantly have people that you're talking to and reaching out to and getting to people's pain. And then 3 engagements. This is you going out and liking and commenting and engaging with people on social media that are not in Lifevantage. Guys, we all love each other in Lifevantage. We all want to be friends. But if you want to build a business on social media, you cannot waste your time. I hate to say it like that, but you can't be wasting your time and your efforts and your energy interacting with other Lifevantage distributors, because they can never be in your business, right? So you want to make sure that when you are engaging people, you're doing these 3 engagements every day at a minimum, that you're going out, you're looking at people who maybe you'd want to work with, or people that are just positive, or people that are awesome on social media, or whatever, and go out and just be a fan of theirs, like their picture of their dog, or comment about how cute their kid is. Really just be authentic and engage people. And then the final 3 things is add 3 new friends a day. Now, this might sound daunting, but Facebook has a feature where you go to your friends list and then it says people you may know. And you can go through there and it kind of prompts you through mutual connections of people you could add. Again, you're not looking to add Lifevantage people. You need to add new people that could be prospects. And so if you are currently friends with people in Lifevantage, I recommend highly, highly clicking the unfollow button from them, so that you're not only seeing their stuff and they're not only seeing your stuff. You want to really make your reach organic, and you want it to be to people that can actually be prospects for you. So that's the daily method of operation. As you're posting regularly, consistency is so key, guys. You have to do this every day, day in, day out. It only takes a few minutes in the morning, a few in the afternoon, and a few at night. I would say total, we probably do our Facebook, strategies an hour, maybe 2, all combined, spread out throughout the day, every day. If you can do that, and you'll do that for months after months, and eventually for a full year or more, your business is going to take on a whole new level that you didn't even imagine before. We have seen the growth. It's amazing, and it's duplicable. We've seen it happen for every person that comes in brand new, and for people that have been existing distributors. It's something that's simple and doable for anybody who wants to do it. So as people are reaching out to you, when you post kind of curiosity posts about our products or our company, you want to share maybe stories that are compliant, but you never want to, or experiences or benefits of our products and benefits of our opportunity, without ever saying the name of our company or our product. You want to create the curiosity, and you do not want to give away the end of the story. You want people to reach out to you to have to ask, what is that? Then when they reach out, usually by Facebook Messenger, and say, hey, what's that thing that you're talking about? I'd like to get some more info. Then you plug them in. That's where you share the ABC News report. That's where you send them, whatever it is that you're currently using to share with prospects in the real world. That's where you would then start this process. But as Charisse alluded to, we have Facebook groups, and I want all of you on here, if you're new in Lifevantage or new to network marketing, get with your team and talk about how you guys can build educational groups on Facebook. It's very simple. You can build a new group. You can plug a lot of good information in there, things that you'd want to put in a follow-up, kind of like an email, and put that into a group, into a private group, and then invite people into there. Because then that's how they can get reinforcements of the information. They can see people interacting. They can get a feel for the Lifevantage community. So people reach out to you, and then you plug them into those groups after you've shared that ABC News report. So that's really the bread and butter. Maria, were you able to see that okay? And am I still coming in okay?
Yes, you're still coming in fine. No, that was incredible. Could you email that form to me? Do you mind sharing it? Because I know
absolutely.
I'm going to be asking. So what I can do is then I can post it on, or even if you can post it, well, email it to me, but post it on the official Lifevantage page.
Yes, I will.
That is because it's simple, it's phenomenal. And you know, it's all there. And if someone doesn't want to do 3 posts, they can do 1 post. To start with, because it's like, you've got to learn this. So you practice, you get better, more comfortable. So 1 post a day, start there, right? And then build to 3. Somebody asked, can you schedule those ahead of time? So can you use Facebook to schedule those posts ahead of time, or do you have to use a different service?
As of right now, you cannot do it organically in Facebook. There are some apps that do allow you to schedule them. I do not use them because you can tell when somebody has used them, and it looks a little canned, in my personal opinion. We don't use them. We just build this into our business hours, and I can tell you, you can plan out your posts. The best way that we have found to do it is if you're using your phone primarily, use an app like Evernote or just the notes section on your phone, and go in and craft your posts either the week before, if you think you want to craft all your posts the week before or the night before, and have a picture, whatever picture you're going to use, and the little commentary, whatever you want to do, and then just have it ready to launch the next day. I mean, I would love to say you can automate this 100%, but it is still a business, and you have to get into your business every day, and you really want to be authentic. So I kind of think that you should be posting regularly and not have it so, scheduled and planned, because I think it will come off that way. And you want to be authentic.
Yeah. Someone just put, if you have a fan page, you can schedule it. So I guess if you have a fan page, you can schedule it ahead on Facebook. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't get into fan pages too much. Honestly, if you're building this, unless you're somebody who's already a master pro 10 and you've got thousands of followers, I would recommend starting small and starting on your personal profile.
So the key is you're trying to add people every day to grow your tribe, right? Or to grow your number of people on your personal page. And not being blunt and we've got this and that. It's that attraction marketing is who you are, attracting people. Why are you at this conference? And all, I mean, like, I watch the things you post, and that's it, guys. Like, go and find somebody that, that is doing well on this, right? Look at Samantha, look at Jenny Crane, look at Charisse, how she's starting. Look at what I post. I don't think I'm wonderful at it. I look at these guys and I try, okay, this is what they're doing. Honestly, I've done it from the beginning. It's just living life. I never wanted to, I've always been very conscious of, I don't want to bombard my friends with, oh, I'm selling this all the time, right? So I've been very reserved. They kind of know what I'm into, but I've been more about health. I've chosen to be about health. So I post other things about health. So they kind of see, oh, she's talking about other things. So it's finding your brand and who you are. And I love what you guys have done. It's been amazing. So I can't wait to get more training from you guys in depth for the future. But thank you so much, Samantha. Thank you for going out into the car. This This is how we build multi-million-dollar businesses in the car, in the bedroom, in an office, dogs barking, things going crazy, but it's all wonderful. Love you so much. Thank you so much, Samantha.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so our last speaker is Joanne Shearer, who's going to come on board, and she's going to talk about the Omega. And, you know, because it's a new product, and we always like to talk a little bit about the products and, you know, what we have. And maybe Joanne can give us a quick overview of, you know, just why Nerf 2, why Nerf 1, you know, why actually, Joanne, why the Vitality Stack? Because, I mean, I'm just telling people that I talk to now, I'm just telling them they need to be on this Vitality Stack. And they're just getting on it. I'm like, oh, wow, this works. So it's not just about NRF2 anymore. It's what we have. So I know you're going to talk about Omega,
Right.
but put in there, you know, why the Vitality Stack, and not to be afraid to offer all 4 products. Let people say, no, I just want this one or that one. So, but Joanne is a registered dietitian. I think she's a nutritionist also. She has worked at the Avera Heart Hospital. She designed the Mediterranean diet for that hospital. And she and Nikki Elsink designed the booklet, right, that comes with the Mediterranean diet in our physique system that we have. So we're so blessed and honored to have you here, your knowledge. So take it away, sweetie.
Oh, thank you, Maria. Thank you. Thank you. I think this has just been some great, awesome training. I've learned so much from these presenters today. I hope everybody else has enjoyed it as much as I have. Just a little bit about me and my background. I'm a registered dietitian. I have a master's degree in nutrition. And as Maria said, I worked at the Avera Heart Hospital in South Dakota as a cardiovascular nutritionist there for 12 years, but I have a total of about 45 years of experience in nutrition and dietetics. And it's just been an absolutely awesome, wonderful career. So Maria wanted me to talk first a little bit before I get into talking about Omega Plus, about the Vitality Stack and why we need these 4 products. This is really, when they say vitality, this is really what's going to help you and every cell in your body to function like God designed it to function, right? Nerve 2 to lower your oxidative stress. We know what that is, cellular damage. That affects every cell in our body. The Nerve 1 to help to boost up your energy factories in your cells called the mitochondria. You lose those energy factories because of the oxidative stress, right? So you see how those 2 work together. And if you get enough destruction of your energy factories, or called mitochondria, eventually you die. I mean, you just stop producing energy in your body. So that's pretty darn important, don't you think? And then we have the probio, because the healthy gut is a foundation for your immune system. 80% of your immunity is in your gut. So it's critically important to have that healthy gut. And lastly, I'm going to talk about Omega Plus from Lifevantage, our newest product, and why we need Omega Plus. So let me get my my PowerPoint up. I thought it was open, but let me do this real quick. Okay, I'm just going to go through real briefly about the Omega Plus new fish oil product that we have. And of course, this is really near and dear to my heart because I was telling you, I was a cardiovascular nutritionist for 12 years. And one thing that we recommended for all of our patients was that they go to, they get on a good quality fish oil product. And that was the problem. A quality fish oil product, the patient, usually they had to pay a little more for that, and people were hesitant to do that. And when you get done today, you're going to understand why you do not want to go down to your local big box store or whatever and buy the cheapest fish oil product. So you're going to understand when I get through today why you need the fish oils and why you need this one, not just any old fish oil. Okay. So Omega Plus is 3 biohacks in one amazing product. So what's in it? Let's start about what's in Omega Plus. It is total fish oil of 1,660 milligrams. Of that, you get about 505 milligrams of the omega-3s, which those are the DHA and the EPA. The second thing you're getting is omega-7s, and then you're going to get some vitamin D. And I'm going to talk about each one of those. I want to point something out real quick before I move on. I had a question about this. They said, well, 505 and 40 milligrams of the omega-7, that doesn't add up to 1660. Well, that's because there are other fatty acids in fish oils besides those, right? So when you go to go look at your health food store and you pick up a fish oil product, it'll say 1,000 milligrams on the front, but you have to turn it over and look at the back and see how much EPA and DHA. So just a little tip right there. Why do you need to take omega-3s? Number one, because you need to improve the imbalance of omega-6s and omega-3s. When you have too much omega-6s, and that's the biggest source of those is from vegetable oils, what happens is that those omega-6 block the metabolism and the body's utilization of the omega-3s. And so most health authorities and nutritionists really recommend that the best way to do that and to help to get that back in balance is to consume more omega-3s to improve those ratios. Second reason why you want to take omega-3s, because Americans are severely deficient in EPA and DHA, those specific fatty acids. Currently, adults in the United States are consuming only 90 milligrams a day. This is pathetic because the recommended intake is 500. So are you getting the idea how short we are? And by the way, children are just as deficient in EPA and DHA as adults. And so our fish oil product, our Omega Plus, is recommended for general health and just to help you keep your blood cells maximized with those fatty acids. So how do you meet that 500 milligrams a day? 2 servings of fatty fish a week, or take Omega Plus 3 capsules a day. Okay, so how many of you last week, think about this, had 2 servings of fatty fish? Okay, probably maybe 5% of you out there. So which means you're not getting enough, right? And American Heart Association recommends 1,000 milligrams a day for people who have been diagnosed with heart disease. Now, you can still meet that. People with heart disease, and I would just really, we would work with them. We'd give them recipes and everything about how to get in those 2 servings of fatty fish a week, because you're getting more in that fatty fish than just the omega-3s. You're getting a whole complex of good nutrition in there. That's important, especially for cardiovascular health. So between the 2 servings of fatty fish a week and your omega-3s, Omega Plus 3 capsules a day, you're going to get that 1,000 milligrams a day. And I just put a little bit of a little tidbit of information is that Omega Plus daily is equivalent to 3 to 4 servings of fatty fish a week. Okay, so those. So what are omega-3 fatty acids? These are healthy polyunsaturated fats found in plants and animals. We have the plant source, of course, that's the alpha-linoleic acid. We seem to be getting enough of that particular type of fatty acid, but we're really short is on these animal sources. That's the EPA, DHA. Now, the third reason why you're going to be taking these fatty acids, EPA and DHA, is because of the multitude of health benefits. And there's 3 categories of health benefits. It's your cardiovascular health, your brain health, and your joint health. And so look at the maintaining for your cardiovascular health. I think we all probably know that it's absolutely vital to have these essential fatty acids for your blood vessels and to manage your blood lipids. Your brain, that is critically important for mental focus, cognitive function, positive mood and well-being, and for children, even preborn children, for fetal brain development. And once they're born, for childhood learning, it helps them with their brain and to function. Joint health, just so important for your joints. Now, DHA, and this is a slide, I'm going to show you this one first. DHA, primary benefits are for the brain. Think of it this way. DHA for the brain, EPA for the heart, and why you need both of those. And then people have some of the healthcare people have said to me, but gee, isn't DHA just for children and, just important for unborn children and children between the ages of like 1 to 12? And I'm saying, no, DHA is important over your lifespan. There's some great research coming out about how DHA has been associated with Alzheimer's disease, and that a DHA deficiency likely plays a role in decline of mental functioning in healthy adults, okay? So we need both of these essential fatty acids. We need both DHA and the EPA. And in fact, the DHA is higher in our omega plus fish oils because that's the way it's found in nature. So if you eat a piece of fish, you're going to get about twice as much DHA as you do EPA, which is a good thing. And that's just exactly what you'll find in omega plus. It's just like eating a serving of fish, right? That's what we want. We want the health benefits of that. Now, after you've heard this, and after people hear this information, what's the first thing they want to do? They're going to run down to their big box store and they're going to buy a over-the-counter fish oil supplement, right? And they're going to go look, what are they going to do? They're going to go look for the cheapest on the shelf, right? They're going to go buy the cheapest. Oh my gosh, we had this problem with our patients over and over at the hospital because what would happen is that these poor quality fish oils could be damaged, oxidized, and because of the rancidity, they would get fish burps, okay? And that's not good. Guess what? Those oxidized oils increase oxidative stress. That's a bad thing. Also, there have been reports of chemical contamination in some fish oil products off the shelf, PCBs, heavy metals. Of course, we know that those that are sourced from cold water fish are safer, but you don't know that by looking at the label, right? You don't know where it comes from. And also the amount of EPA DHA was usually only around 300 at the most. But we have a solution for that, right? We offer people a solution, and it's Omega Plus from Lifevantage, which Dr. Natalie Chevreau says is the best omega-3 oil that you can find. There's nothing quite like this in terms of quality. Why? Because these fish oils are clean, sustainable, and traceable, certified free of mercury and contaminants. And these are the two sources of these oils. And so you can go to these websites and you can go read all about the phenomenal quality of these fish oils. What's really cool is that our fish oil product is 100% traceable from boat to bottle. So you can have that label scanned on your Omega Plus and they can trace it back to the boat where those fish were caught. How cool is that? So just ask your customer if they've got a fish oil product and just say, hey, can you trace your fish oil? Do you know where it comes from? Do you know where it's sourced? Do you know it's pure? So another ingredient in Omega Plus, remember I said there were 3 biohacks in here? Another one is vitamin D, and why, like fish oils and like omega, like DHA, EPA, Americans are severely deficient in vitamin D. Look at this. Overall rate of vitamin D deficiencies, about 42%. Minorities, Blacks and Hispanics, anywhere from 70 to 80%. That's really pretty severe. So what we have in our product is enough of that vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin, to meet that recommended dietary allowance. There's 800 IUs in our Omega Plus. Another ingredient, the third biohack, is an omega-7 oil. This is a new fatty acid on the horizon, and it's just starting to read about it in the literature. And they're just really starting to research this. And it has cardiovascular health benefits. It helps with your cells in communicating and talking to each other. It improves insulin sensitivity. It looks like it can even have benefits for weight management. And so we have 40 milligrams of that in our Omega Plus. Okay, so to summarize, what is Omega Plus? It's a quality fish oil. There's quality you can trust. Free of contamination, tastes great, no fish burps, no rancid or oxidized oils, meets your daily requirements for DHA, EPA, same ratios that you find in fish. Daily doses, that's like getting 3 to 4 servings of fatty fish a week, and we have the added benefits of vitamin D and omega-7. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and turn it back over to Maria.
Wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. That is awesome. Marcy said, she texted, the Marcy Steiner said that in her meetings, they've been biting and she's been passing out a fish oil and people have been tasting it. Because you said there's no fishy burps, but it doesn't taste fishy. Like I've used fish oils for, years and years and years. And I've never bitten into a fish oil because one time if they break, like by accident, it's nasty. And it's horrible. This fish oil, I was amazed when someone said bite into it. I'm like, oh, okay. It's a light, lemony flavor. It tastes amazing.
It is tastes great.
I think that's a great idea, everyone, that if you pass out the fish oil, right, and let people bite into it, people love to taste and try our products. And when they like, wow, this tastes light and fresh, well, imagine it's fresh. It's from boat to bottle, right? It's processed on the boat. So we know what we're getting. That's why it tastes so great and amazing.
And Maria, too, because it tastes so great, you can give this to children. You do have to poke the fish oil capsule and squeeze it on whatever they're consuming. So even children can consume this, and you can give it to the kids too. Instead of them biting it, you can give it to.
Yeah. How about pets? How about, can dogs have fish oil?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I don't know about the vitamin D though, because there's vitamin D. That would be my question I would have about with the amount of vitamin D in there with the dogs. So I don't know. That would be a good vet question. But yes, what I've done is just poke a hole in it and squeeze it onto a plate, and then I lick it off the plate. It's so good. It's delicious. You can't do that, by the way. I would challenge you just to take a fish oil. Go buy a fish oil product. Just go look and buy it and see if you can and taste it. Usually they're just horrible.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's the quality. I think it's really the quality of what we have.
Absolutely.
Thing. You don't want people putting those rancid, contaminated oils in your body. That's the difference right there. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Ladies, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for doing this with me. My vision of the dream of I've been thinking about this for a while, and for all of you to take your time out of your busy schedule to do this with all of us. I'm so honored and blessed that you did. We have almost 500 people on this. And let's take this company to $1 billion. This is how we're going to do it, is joining forces, everybody working together, multifaceted ways, from with technology and home meetings and live Lifevantage academies and our elite academy in Indianapolis in February. This is how we do it. Thank you so much. Unmute yourself, ladies. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you. We did it. We pulled it off. I'm so excited and so blessed. Thank you so much.
Good job, everybody.
Thank you, Maria. Thanks everybody for being here.
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Great job.